This should have been a clean master attack on Chalet for DarkZero versus FaZe in the half-final at the Salt Lake City Major. The plan was already almost perfectly executed. The diffuser was ready, and the defenders were cut off. Everything was in place for a clean execute. But then one player leaves his job, and suddenly this controlled attack turns into a chaotic 2 versus 2. So in this video, we're breaking down the full plan behind DarkZero's master attack on Chalet, why it was almost perfectly set up, why it almost fell apart, and how they still managed to win the round. The goal of this attack is very clear. DarkZero wants to plant the diffuser inside master bedroom, but to make that plant safe, they need 3 things. Step 1. Take control of Solarium and make sure nobody can flank through trophy stairs. Step 2. Take bathroom and master control so the attacker with the diffuser can actually walk into master and start planting. And step 3. Cut off the defender rotations from office and piano. If all 3 steps are done correctly, this plant becomes extremely hard to stop. So let's start with step 1. Solarium control and trophy flank protection. To understand this, we go 1 floor down and look at trophy. There are basically 2 ways to deal with this. Either you take full trophy control, or you hold the trophy stairs flank from outside. In round 4, DarkZero chooses the safer option and holds the trophy flank from outside. But in round 1, they go for a much more aggressive version. They want to take control of trophy, main stairs, and kitchen. Demos enters from garage and starts pushing toward main stairs. He drones kitchen and spots the mute player. And this is where the Demos pick becomes really useful. He uses his tracking gadget on mute, so he knows exactly where that kitchen player is moving. But when he sees that kitchen is actually clear, he starts using the floor pressure instead. He shoots the default defender spots from below. He also tries to use the Demos track from underneath, looking for a free kill through the floor. And then he pre-fires this common Solarium position. And boom, headshot. Kaid dies, simply because DarkZero understands the default positions and tries to clear them from below. That is step 1 completed. Solarium is under control, and the trophy flank is no longer free for the defenders. Now we move to step 2, bathroom and master control. Bathroom can be pressured very effectively from the bathroom window, but there is a problem. The player on bathroom window is exposed. He can get challenged from piano window or from the library hallway window. So DarkZero needs someone to take library stairs and eventually library hallway. This is why 3 DarkZero players starts the round from the west side of the map. They want to reach library stairs and take that space away from the defenders. At first, Wamai is still playing around mezzanine, so Lion pushes from gaming toward the stairs, which is a relatively easy path to take once the pressure is applied correctly. But Wamai does not want to take the fight for too long. He falls back into the site, and now Lion can move into library hallway. From this position, he can pressure piano directly. That means the bathroom window player is now much safer. Twitch can work the bathroom window and start putting massive pressure onto the site. She even finished a down defender from this position. So bathroom control is now established. But step 2 is not finished yet. DarkZero still needs master control. And once you have players on Solarium, master window, and bathroom window at the same time, master becomes extremely difficult for the defenders to hold. Here, Thorn does manage to kill Blackbeard on the master window, but Demos, played by Nuairs, gets the immediate refrag. That completes step 2. Bathroom and master control are both established. Now only step 3 is missing, cut off the rotations. And the easiest way to do that is with a player rappelling on master window. From that rappel, the attacker gets a direct angle onto the office rotation and piano. At this point, all 3 steps are done. Solarium and trophy flank are controlled. Bathroom and master are controlled. And the rotations from office and piano are cut off. This should be a very easy plant now. But then, watch what Lion does. Instead of holding library hallway and keeping pressure on piano, he starts a one-way YOLO mission toward office balcony. This changes the whole situation. He dies. Wamai immediately understands that Lion is no longer in library hallway, so he jumps out and kills Twitch. And suddenly, this clean plant setup turns into a completely unnecessary 2 versus 2. But the important part is this. DarkZero still has the master window player, and that player can still cut off the rotations. So Deimos grabs the diffuser, runs into master, and starts planting.
From double window, NJR, he has to win these fights. He does. That's the first, that's the second. I ask for more.
Solid Snake stays on the master window and keeps holding the rotation cutoffs, and he gets both final kills. So in the end, DarkZero still wins the round. But this round should have been much cleaner. The 3-step plan worked. Step 1, Solarium control and trophy flank protection. Step 2, bathroom and master pressure. Step 3, cut off the office and piano rotations. Once those 3 pieces were in place, the plant was basically ready. The only reason this round became close was because Lion left his position and gave Wamai the timing to punish the bathroom window. If everyone stays disciplined and holds their role, this is probably a much easier execute. But even with that mistake, DarkZero still gets the plant down, holds the cutoffs, and wins round 1.
I mean, he almost had a chance there to find a pick as FaZe rounded their way through. And this is really what you see in DarkZero doing at the start of this game. Sit outside the building, try and look to make players on the side of FaZe move, and you cut them as they're moving on the flank. Maps like this are brilliant for it because there aren't many rooms on the map that don't have externally facing windows or doorways. So I think you're going to see a lot of action outside the building overall. Once we're inside, that's when things really start to heat up, Tim.
Going to see that first scan going out onto the mute, but are they going to be able to get to a jammer? Yes, they will. We see that little symbol disappearing from above Cyber's head pretty quickly. So that will be the end of that utility coming in from Newers. Blackbeard on the window. Kino just going to be spraying in through sight, unable to find anybody just yet. DarkZero taking ground pretty well here.
Seems like DarkZero just slowly choking the defense out. As a nade comes out and misses, but a smoke babe also comes out from
Good side. Souls falls. Newers taking control of Solar on a straight march up here. Might catch them a little bit off guard. King getting rid of Kino on the window. A 4 versus 3 though, Cyber's down and finished off by J90. A nade rolling on forward. He rounds the corner, but Newers, I thought surely he'd miss it, but no. It's King missing the return fire. A 4v2, a great jump out as 2 players on DarkZero hit the deck. Handy and KDS, we've been here before, Tim. They can bite back.
One problem for DarkZero here is they've got one person outside. NJR, he's on the rappel at the minute. It's going to be difficult for him to get inside of the map. He can hold his angle, but the clock only works for one team, and right now that is FaZe. If nobody presents themselves as an option for him, it could be tough, but FaZe have been pushed back to that piano side. Is there room for Newers to get in here and put the diffuser down whilst the cover is there from double window? NJR, he has to win these fights. He does. That's the first.